we go with race 3, and there's a very hungry man on pole position in a Sassel Subaru, Henny Groenewald. And on his inside, what a move there from Ferrari. He sneaks up into second place, and he's got Priest coming through, probably into third. He's going to force that Audi out wide. Yes, indeed. Could drive him, the two of them. Oh, a little tap! And it looks like Michael Stephen is going to go into the engine S's and onto the sideline.
Again it happens.
0 to 0. 2 victories, and now he's in the kitty litter. Little tap there from Melville Priest, but unfortunately just couldn't keep it on the black stuff, and now has to come right from the back of the field. The two BMWs already starting to put pressure on themselves again, and well, we saw what happened in the first one. It got completely out of hand, and the two of them ended up in the kitty litter. Right now on board with Taylor, they go through the sweep, heading up to the final turn, trying to close down on Melville Priest. This is going to be a tough bit of work here for Anthony. He's looking in the rearview mirror because he's got pressure behind. Here's the replay. Just a little tap as they came into turn 2, just before the S's. Michael Stephen keeps it buried, fortunately, and is able to stay on the track, but has to come at the back end. There's the little tap. This is the onboard shot from Taylor. Priest and Taylor getting through. Now they're side by side, and look at that. Pinot looking for a way through. Nearly 3 cars abreast coming into the hairpin. It is Anthony Taylor on the outside. Afrox BMWs side by side.
Again, have they not done this before? Have they not learned from this before? It's amazing. Look at the driving into the sweep and out of it. And Priest is just trying to hang on to Anthony Taylor, who's not having any of it. Yeah, no team orders there.
Yeah, Taylor got through there, though, so he's got to now get past his teammate. You get a little tap there from the left-hand side. That was from Pinard. Now the two BMs coming out of the final corner, going down the main straightaway. It is Taylor out in front of Priest. Priest has got a lot of work to do. Look at that, 160, 170, 180 k's an hour. They're going to get to just over the 200 k an hour mark before they climb on the anchors for turn 1.
Unbelievable stuff. Great driving as well. So the Subaru, Henny Groenewald, is just leading out at the moment.
Look at the improvement here from Tanith Gardner as well. She's getting to grips with the Subaru, there's no doubt about it, putting pressure of her own onto the back end of her teammates. So at the front end, it is all about this man, Henny Groenewald. He's got to the front and pulled away. So has Ferrari. Ferrari stayed with him, but it is coming down to the final wire now. They're coming up on Nathan. Yeah, this is Graham Nathan just in limp mode there in his little GTI. But around the outside, the Subaru goes, and the Indy Oil Audi behind is thinking, well, maybe Graham helped me out a little bit there.
Yeah, you never know, hey. That's the way things go as well. But Henny Groenewald, and could this be the first win of the day? And what a nice way to celebrate his birthday if you can.
Well, it looks like he's going to take this one. The checkered flag will be waiting. The Sassel Subaru and Henny Groenewald will take race number 3. So it's basically flag to flag there, because remember, he was on pole. In the background, the battle was for 3rd place. It was between the other 2 Subarus and the 2 Afrox BMWs. But eventually, it is Groenewald who takes the victory. Indy Oil Audi in 2nd place of Johan Ferrari. In 3rd place, a great drive to come right through the field there, and looking good so far, I must tell you. This is going to be a great 4th race.
All right, let's get confirmation as how it stood. Henny Groenewald wins it outright. Johan Ferrari 2nd. Anthony Taylor in the Afrox BMW. Melville Priest, and then Tanith Gardner. 6 cars inverted on the grid, and we have a rolling start. This is going to put a lot of pressure on Henny Groenewald right now, because he won the previous race. Now he's going to have to come from a long way behind.
Oh, Taylor ready in a bit of action there between him and Tanith Gardner. Oh, there's a tap! Tanith Gardner goes sideways. He's going to... Oh, this is huge! There, 1, 2, 3, 4... 5 rolls, and Tanith Gardner is on the sideline. That's a big one.
She had some rubber to protect her there.
Now, unfortunately, rolling on the tyre wall, but that's given Pinard now the opportunity to lead this out. You can see a little bit of damage there on Taylor. It was definitely Taylor the protagonist there, and he's been involved in a lot of action today.
You think?
It's not like him, eh? He's not that kind of a bruiser, bit of a driver, but yes, it was definitely Taylor who clipped Tanith Gardner, and she ended up in a very big roll down the main straightaway. You can see Taylor hasn't given up, though. He's on the inside, Michael Stephen on the outside, looking to come through the hairpin. Here's the onboard shot. Look at that. There's the first clip. He goes off, he comes back on the circuit, gets a little bit out of shape, and that's it! Tanith Gardner goes flying down the sideline and makes the Aldo Scribante crowd lose their minds.
Wow, fortunate for those tyres. It took a lot of that displacement of energy and inertia. Car could have been a lot worse, and she could have been banged up a lot worse as well. I hope she's okay.
What happened there? That was Pinard slowing down. I think he might have thought there was a safety car out there, but all of a sudden he climbed a little bit on the brakes. He's now under pressure from Groenewald. That's allowed Priest to get through. So Melville Priest now leads out. Pinard's in 2nd, Groenewald in 3rd, and then Ferrari in 4th place in the A4.
Wow, well, Groenewald benefits from all of this at the moment. Fantastic stuff. And there goes the BMW. And of course, you've got to understand here as well, and I know you do, Greg, we've got like 8 laps. They have to do everything. It's about sprinting to actually achieve these results. It's not easy on the drivers or the cars.
Not at all. 2nd gear coming out there, and looks like a change up here. Looks like the Scooby-Doo battle is going to be won out by Henny Groenewald. But what? Oh, this is such an amazing drive from the A4 of Johan Ferrari. Johnny Fury is definitely putting the pressure onto those two Scooby-Doos, and they are going to have to work double time to keep him at bay. There he goes on the inside. Can he get through on Pinard? He looks on the inside. Pinard gives him enough room. It's good driving from Pinard. There is enough space to get two cars through there, and Free uses a little bit of the inside of the road, but he moves up to third place, or does he? They're now side by side as we go on board with Pinard.
Well, you can't see anything out the back rear mirror. Just, oh, there you can, Free, just in the background. So he needs to actually get his pace up a little bit more. But right now, the pressure's going to be on Pinard. Free down on the inside. Has he got it? No, he doesn't. Pinard close to the door. But look, right behind him, it's Michael Stephen in the Audi S4 charging.
Watch out, here comes a move into the engine S's, and the Indy oil machine sneaks through. Will we see Michael Stephen go around his outside? Yes, we will. So the S4 and A4 are just going hammer and tongs against Richard Pinard. Pinard driving the wheels off the Scooby, but just cannot keep these two Audis at bay.
Way too polite.
Yeah, he could have been a little bit harder there, I think, too. But anyway, that's how Pinard drives. He's not a big bruiser of a driver. He likes to give enough room when there is some there. I don't think Farie's going to return the favour when it comes to Michael Stephen, though.
There's no ways that's going to happen. Into the sweep we go. Fantastic shots here on TV. Looking at these, well, nicely tuned up cars. They're beautiful.
Heading up to the final corner now. It is Melville Priest that leads out. Henry Grunewald in the Subaru is in second. This is the battle for third. There's 5 cars in it. Sapuka's not out of it yet, and I can tell you something. That BMW of Taylor is still available and possibly there to spoil the day.
7 of 8, and here we go, charging down, and Henry Grunewald is on a mission right now. He is trying to just reel in that BMW, and I think he's got a crack at it. 4th gear, lap 7. I'll tell you what, there's not much time. Oh, he's on the outside, has a look. He's got the brakes. He definitely has got a good line here. The BMW will come back on this, I promise you. There it is.
But he'll come back, and he's going to cut the apex late coming out of that corner. Now he goes into the defensive mode, does Priest, keeping that Subaru behind him. But, oh, a little tap there from Grunewald. The battle is on. We've only got one more lap and one corner to go. Where will Henry Grunewald make his move?
Well, how can the BMW keep him out right now? Because we know how powerful that car is. 3rd gear right now, getting all the grunt, all the drive. It's a flat-out dice. Has a look on the outside. The BMW's not having anything at the moment.
Well, it's a twin-turbo rear-wheel drive taking on turbocharged all-wheel drive as they go down the main straightaway. Look at how Melville wait until the very last second to come across to take the line for turn 1. Henry Grunewald saw that. He thinks, okay, I'm going to have to get you at the hairpin. That's the only place I can try and make a move, or it's going to be the final turn. We're on the last lap, remember, and it's BM versus Subaru.
Down to 3rd gear, they go through this lovely little kink area. Beautiful stuff right now. Lots of pressure bringing to bear on Melville Priest. Henry Grunewald is really wants a way past here, and he's not going to take no for an answer. Right at the top of the chicane might be a good area, or otherwise into the sweep.
Check the drive. Oh, awesome drive here. He goes on the inside. Late braking is required. He's not late enough. The BM was a lot later. 2nd gear, and it is so close between these two. A little tap between the two of them. Oh, that had to happen. The two of them, it was going to be do or die, and right now on the inside, he comes straight back. Side-by-side action. All-wheel drive versus rear-wheel drive. Twin turbo versus turbocharged.
And he's got the line.
Oh, good move there from Henry Grunewald. Forces Melville a little bit wide there. Oh, going to go absolutely. Keep it buried, Melville. Keep it buried. He's tapped out on slightly, and the Subaru sneaks through. Oh, he should have just kept that BMW buried to the maximum. But Henry Grunewald comes across the line, and a double victory there for the Sassel Subaru team. They are going to be ecstatic, and the birthday boy wins out with 2 victories on the day. Fortunately, his teammate Tanith Gardner walking away from that horrendous crash with hardly any bumps or bruises, just probably a little bit of damage to the old ego. So Grunewald takes the victory. Unfortunately, Melville Priest being docked for passing under yellow with that incident earlier on. Faria 2nd, Michael Stephen 3rd.
Couldn't have picked a better day because it was your birthday as well. A double win, well done.
Yeah, I think we're happy. You know, it's a present for me, but I think a present for the Sassel Subaru team. The guys did an awesome job. You know, we had a bad first heat, but to come back with a 2nd and a double win thereafter, really a good present for me and a reward for the guys working so hard. I think, you know, last year we saw there are some tracks that didn't suit our car, but this year I think the car's all around much better package to get quickly around all the circuits, you know, and it's a strong force coming in the Audis at the moment. We've seen they got the pace, and you know, right now I think it's about reliability to be there at the end of the season and to be quick at every track.
That's exactly what he's been, which means he now leads out the championship. Michael Stevens' improvement and new car gets him up to 2nd. The disqualification of Taylor puts him down in 4th, and his teammate Melville Priest just ahead of him by 1 point after his little faux pas.